Okay, everybody, my name is Dookie again, and you've probably seen me around some form or another. And today I'm going to be teaching you all about the magic of Stryker, everyone's favorite brutal police officer. So, first things first, I'm going to be beating up on Kung Lao because I really hate that guy, no lie. And before I get into Stryker-specific stuff, there's a few little things I want to talk about that are important to everyone, and most of you will probably already know, but they become especially important to Stryker because he doesn't have the same movement and defensive options that some other characters do. He doesn't really have a GTFO move like spin. He doesn't have a teleport. I mean, he has roll toss to move forward, but there's a lot of things you should know. So first off, Stryker's best option defensively is blocking. I mean, it's everyone's best option, but people seem to forget that. Now, one thing to know about blocking, when you block low, there is recovery. You can see it here, like I'm going to stand up, and like there's this space before I can do something. And so because of that, like if I'm blocking low and he jumps in, I'm going to have a harder time anti-airing. So you kind of want to try and low block on reaction when possible. Although in certain matchups, like the Kung Lao matchup, you're going to want to block low most of the time. Learn from the mistakes that L.I. Joe taught Perfect Legend. So, in addition to just blocking, there's a thing called block dashing, which is really relevant to Stryker because Stryker doesn't have a good way to safely cross the screen. So block dashing is how you're going to get in on people like Noob and people like Ermac, whose projectiles can beat your roll. And it's a really simple thing. It's a little bit like wave dashing in Marvel, or possibly like wave dashing in Brawl/Melee. You're just going to dash, tap the block button, and then hit forward again. And what's going to happen is it's going to read the last input of the dash from before and let you get it in the next dash. So, see? It's just like that. You can do it backwards too. Now, here's the thing. If you do it too fast, it's going to actually slow you down. So, like, see? You want to get the right speed so that you're getting movement out of it. And you can adjust it a little. I mean, like, if they're, like, throwing a lot of projectiles, you can block a little sooner. If you're just trying to cross the screen as fast as possible, you can let most of the dash animation happen. Another thing worth noting, this is something Tom Brady talks about a lot, is the zoning in MK, or the footsie spacing. You basically want to be at around this sort of range. You want to have the range where if they jump, you can be ready to anti-air with something. You want to be at a range where you can react to their stuff. There's a lot of safe-ish full-screen moves in MK, so you kind of just want to be right around here, like just past sweep distance, just past kick distance. It's a little further than you'd play it in Street Fighter, so if you're coming from that game, just remember that. And then the last thing I want to talk about is just Stryker is a bit of a zoning character, although he does other things too. He's kind of a mixed-up character, to be honest, but you do want to zone with Stryker a lot, and here's the most important thing about zoning. Zoning, you can see it down in the bottom left corner there when I put my gun, gets you meter. So, really, you are never going to see a ton of damage, especially with Stryker from zoning. He's not Ermac, you aren't getting 30% combos off gunshot. But, you are giving yourself meter, and you are causing damage. And second, because gunshot hits twice, it does some stuff, but we'll get to that when we start talking about special moves. So, that's it for sort of basic techniques, and now I'm going to move on to his normal.